So we want to make this a nice interactive session. We were a bit worried, we're a bit anxious because, well, we only have 2 hours and want to tell everybody so much. And I'm known to talk too much, so see how it goes. And we only created 3 slides because we did some really, really nice animations in the background. I hope you noticed. Put a lot of effort in that. No, just kidding. ah. So let's get this started.
If you want to follow the workshop, you have to have Servoy 2023-06 or later. Otherwise, it's a bit hard because you have to work with TiNG. So if you don't have it, you can start downloading it now.
Yeah, just prepared. We'll have some introduction talks and then we'll go to the code. What are we going to talk today? Just an introduction about ourselves, about companies, then a background about our solution, which we created, or Sanneke created for Autoflex. Some challenges we came along and we overcome most of them, table conversions, and then some live demoing and typing along and interactive building of a demo form. And then I'm going to do some talks about CSS and less and show you how we can create a nice looking form with some simple CSS. Yeah, I'm going to introduce Sanneke, the always lovely Sanneke. We know her already for a lot of years. She's really known in the community, so really glad we have her in our team.
And I'm going to introduce Pettrie. He is running a software company that makes software for the automotive industry. They have like 1,600 live clients, so we have some challenges.
Yeah. A lot of challenges about that. We're going to talk that in the next session together with a colleague of mine, Gerard, how we're going to manage all those clients and all those sessions. Yeah, just some boring slides. TiNG. Who came up with that name? I don't know. Titanium next generation. So at least to keep it to TiNG, we internally just call it TiNG, and we forget this one. And it is really great, but it really is. I really am glad that they put a lot of effort in it from the Servoy guys to build TiNG, because we were a bit behind, but we're going to talk about it later. The slides. Does it already? We'll switch, see how that works. Yesterday we had some questions in the audience. Is it going to switch? Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
It is a mess.
Yeah. If you could scan the code, like yesterday with the presentation of Ron, and I heard it was already asked yesterday, but then we can see, and we want to know your main solution. Where is it built in? What are you using now? And then an Apple, and then still a lot of web client. Oh no, NG, yes. And then we try to put in brackets how old it is, or when it was created. Is it a little bit correct, Jan?
Yeah, I created 22 years ago, but the launch was 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
And I was going my truck to South.
Good one. Yeah. Can we see how many votes? 22? Yeah. And counting?
Yeah, 4 people.
Yeah. More smart clients than I thought.
Not so many web clients.
Yeah. Oh, no. One customer at a time.
Yeah, I think we're done. No?
Yeah. Thank you for all your votes. The votes are in. No, amazed how many smart clients. Then NG, I was expecting that. We were still on Webclient because we did, I think, Gerard and a couple of colleagues started with smart clients, and then Webclient was introduced, so we switched to that, I think, about 10 years ago, 9 years ago. Yeah. And NG, it's still a lot. Can I see?
Oh.
Oh.
That's
Thank
good.
you, thank you. Are you moving to planning to move to TiNG soon? If we have enough developers, this year maybe. And this year is most of the time it's February, March next year. Everybody knows that. So after Johan stops supporting it, then you think, oh, okay, we don't get any bug fixes anymore. Don't know yet. This year, okay, promising.
Well, once your talk's over, everyone's going to be.
Yeah, of course, yeah. We hope so. Now it's going to take some time, but we think there are a lot of possibilities. So yeah, it's really nice. Are we there yet? Before the deadline. Okay. Still, a lot of people think, just make sure that we have the correct features in the smart client apparently, and then maybe.
Also, quite a few after you stop supporting it.
And then if there are enough big clients who would need it, then I think Johan will just put in an extra year or something. He's not here, I think, so too bad. Does anybody create less CSS, Sazzle? Or do you think, let somebody else do it? It's so simple. I just do it in my dreams. I really love CSS, just the styling, just the extra cherry on the cake. Or CSS, no, it's not important. We're creating business applications. We have to put the value into the grids and nice forms and a lot of strange looking buttons. Oh. Okay.
So it's simple.
Yeah, it's really simple. Everybody does it. It's also not really coding, just tinkering along. Sometimes it's really easy and sometimes it's a bit of a pain to support all the different browsers and strange stuff that is happening on mobile and iPads. Thank you all for participating. I'll make sure to share all the results later.
What happened?
Nah, something like this. I did prepare a lot of other questions, but it's the free version of Slido only allows 3 questions. So. Some background. I already said it. Gerrit did most of the starting of in the smart client. Just tried some things out, and then we went, I think, to Webclient.
Yeah, really soon.
Yeah, then
we
did
released smart clients.
Really.
Smart
And then we went with the assurance program. So we got a really nice start with Vincent and a lot of other guys. And then I think when were you starting with Autoflex?
7 years ago.
Also a really long time ago. And we did some own styling and own layout. We got somebody to do this for us. We didn't do this with Pim. Pim did create the layout of Autoflex, the color scheme and website. But for the layout of the application, we got somebody else. What is Autoflex? I'll go to really fast on this one because it's a little bit boring. Now we're really proud that we make ERP software for the garages in the Netherlands. We're only doing it for the Netherlands right now. We have in total more than 1900 customers, but there are still some on Autoflex 9, which Gerrit also created most of it, and it's in Visual Fox Pro. So yes, a big round of applause for. And our sales and consultants are daily busy to move them over to Autoflex 10. That is what we have currently now in Servoy. And sometimes it goes really smooth and sometimes they keep complaining because we put the buttons in a different place and they're so used to Windows desktop and they can do a lot of things with printers and stuff like that. So there are some challenges. And I think we have about 1600 customers. currently on Servoy, and we'll talk in the next session about it, how we're managing that. It's one large database, it's all multi-tenant. We don't have really sensitive information, and we're selling it to a lot of smaller MKB customers, small businesses, from one-person shops to I think about 50 is our biggest client. So we put it in one big environment. We're using the API with the velocity, of course. We're really glad with that, and yeah, that's about it. So going to
Webclient.
going to show how it's currently looking.
The web client. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you have to, I think, escape, otherwise it's
You can
Yeah.
let you escape. Oh, it's not. It's here. This is on development.
yeah. You're sure you want to show it on development? They keep rebooting it.
We have a live reboot. Let's show the work orders. So this menu, for example, is all made by labels because we didn't have all the options in the web client. And you see it's a bit lagging and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to try to fix in the thing. A default table, how they are.
Yeah,
This is the old
Yeah.
web client.
Yes. Yeah, still,
Current,
it's still
at
current.
this moment running.
It's great, why would you change it?
So one of the things, for example, are we don't have pictures here. It's not a good sample.
Yeah, in the order lines. But in the if you
Yeah,
have a
but
car.
there are no.
Oh. You
Yeah,
go-
we can upload some, but
yeah.
Good demo.
Good preparation. No, you
so
cannot upload it here. So
this is oh, you can
go to a car. Go to a car.
go to a car. So you see, we have a lot of links that you can move from one program to another. And we all made them with JavaScript, so that's a bit of a challenge in the thing, because you're not allowed to do JavaScript in links anymore. We have pictures here, so that's good. So pictures are quite important because they want to sell the car, so they want to push this to websites to sell. And they also need to reorder. So in the web client, we did a lot of coding and JavaScript in the browser to get this that you can drag and drop. And it's still kind of ugly and not working too well. So that's one thing we wanted to fix. What else should we show? Oh yeah, our grids are non-sortable. We could make them sortable, but we didn't. So that's another thing we really wanted to fix, that we can sort all the grids.
Yeah, we want to make it faster and have a lot more interaction in the tables and sorting, of course. We do want to keep it simple because that's one of our key features, that everything it looks really simple. There's a lot of logic behind it, but the basic interface is really simple. Buttons on top, you have one large grid, and then what you saw, the details are just tabs, and the first one is the general one, and the last one are the most details. So it's really a logic flow in every form we have.
Let's go back to the presentation.
So that's what we had, what we have today. And my optimistic timeline is that we will be ready in December. So looking at Gerrit says, no. My December is somewhere February, March.
The why?
Yes, the why, yes. Thank you. Grid already told a little bit about it. I really, really love all the things you can do with Grid, the sorting, the grouping, the parent-child hierarchy. I also want to do some drag and drop, but we're still internally discussing about how we're going to do that. Better theming, better responsiveness, faster loading. So a lot of pluses to use really the Grid. But if you're using NG, you can already use it, I think. But we're using Webclient, what you said. Hierarchy in styles, because now we have a really, really large style sheet, and it's a mess. So it's really difficult to change something and make sure that it doesn't break in some other way or in other form. And a naming convention is not that clear, so there can be a lot of cleanup. And we just postponed it and said, okay, we're just adding one line of extra CSS. We'll see about refactoring it later. And you can, of course, use variables in the CSS with less, really powerful, really strong, just to make sure that you have a consistent look and feel, and also just to make sure that if you want to change some colors or some styling, you can do it really fast. I'll show that later. And in the future, we also want to support responsive screens. We don't focus on it too much right now, because otherwise we get a lot of scope creep when you're moving from Webclient to TiNG, and with every big project you think, we can make this better, we can make this nicer, we can add a few features here, and then the project gets a little bit too big. So try to just move to TiNG and then expand on all the new possibilities. We want to have some Servoy support, because we're really a little bit anxious to see that the support is ending, and there are sometimes some annoying bugs, and we want to make sure that we get the full support of Servoy. And some continuation problems.
Yeah, that's only for the people that are in the web client that know what this is. If you have dialogues that you have to start a continuation and it breaks, and if you want to debug it, it's even worse. So we want to get rid of that. These were the challenges we particularly have. We have a lot of tables we have to convert. We use a lot of JavaScript links that don't work anymore, so we had to come up with something else. Because all the navigating we just did by links, because we had one script that could create a link for everything. You just had to give some parameters and you got a link. So we had to change that. We used a lot of web client utils to make nice HTML stuff. So we had to get that out. So if you have just simple forms, they are mostly just going over. But if you do extra stuff, you have problems. We had fake tab panels to make them nicer, and we want to stop doing it. So we had like a HTML above the tab panels to control the tabs, and now you can CSS them so good we didn't want to do that anymore. We had a really nice notification system. I think a lot of people did this in the main form, put a extra creepy tab that comes up sometimes and not. So we want to get rid of that with a component. You already saw the weird drag and drop we made. We want to have a normal drag and drop. And the CSS, we wanted to rewrite that. So that's what we had. The general challenges. So the table and list views, the Smart and Web all have to convert that. And if you are in Smart, you have the print. Of course, you can use your local devices and your local drives. Later today, in the lightning talks, Joas will tell a bit about how you can connect again in Electron to your local drives and devices and print again. So if you're interested.
Yeah, if you need that for your solutions. Yeah. We moved everything to PDF and then said, well, just make sure that you can print your PDFs in a really easy and simple way. But yeah, would be nice to in the future also have some Electron client to support that. Proof of concept. Yes.
Yes. We did a proof of, well, Pettrie said nothing is going to work, so we can never go over. We have so many forms.
No, we're going to look to other solutions. Don't use Servoy anymore. Sanneke was really mad at me. Said, no. TiNG is the future. So let me show this to you.
And like the detail forms, most of it just works without doing anything. So when I showed him that, I got him a bit based on that. We will show some detail forms we didn't do anything to show you later in the demo.
Yeah, we didn't have to do any work on that.
Yeah. So, and also how to start with TiNG if you don't know that yet. We'll move to demo again.
Escape.
All right. So if you want to move to, if you are on Smart or Web, you have to say that your solution is now an NG client. So change your solution type.
Can everybody see this? Okay.
And also in the preferences, there is something.
No TiNG time. Space NG.
Yeah, it stays NG. But in the preferences of Servoy, you can say that your NG is now TiNG. So that's this checkbox. And also that your designer is now titanium. So if you want, you can also design in the old designer. Might work a bit better. But
Just leave it on here. Everybody wants to see where it's.
okay. So yeah, those two checkboxes. You can also switch quite easy between the two, the NG and the thing, because it's one letter difference in the URL, and you can run both of them.
Yeah, run them side by side. Yeah.
Yeah, done. All right. So this is. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show a form that we did not convert. Two forms, I think. It is starting.
Yeah, we did have to get used to that. The forms need to be built in Angular, so sometimes it takes a while. But when it's running, it's really fast.
All right. So I think this one, for example, so this one we did because it's a grid. But then if you go to the details, like this, we didn't do, yeah, we did CSS, but we didn't do anything to the fields or anything, and it just works like it did work before. So that's a lot of things you don't have to change anything to. And here there are links, they probably don't work because of the JavaScript problem. To give you an idea.
The biggest problem in our case was just all the navigation, because we created a lot of own logic behind it, and what you said, a lot of links behind it. So that was the main part we just had to fix first before we could do the rest.
So you see this is a screen that's already done. This screen is not done. So this is what it could look if you just go from Webclient to NG. And you think like this is never gonna work. But later we'll let you see how easy it is to convert that. First, going back to our slideshow. Yeah, so I know a lot of you guys are using the paid version of Font Awesome. And the package that Johan is sending with the client is not the paid version, but the free version. So you have to do a bit of work to get the paid version working. So that's how you do it. You first go to the component and you download the free component. So in the new thing, you have a Servoy Package Manager now. And if you right click on it, you get this screen. And here you can download all kinds of extra components and services and layouts, etc. And one of the things is it's the service. It's the Font Awesome. So you can download by hitting the plus button. And then you get the free version. And then, no, sorry, too long. Button. And then if you want to have the paid version, you go to your Font Awesome website and you download the files that it has.
Yeah, you have to log in and then you get the separate download with the pro version.
Mm-hmm. You download those and then you import those files into your media. So I'll show the two in Servoy. So in our media here, modules, and then in the core, because we want to use it everywhere, we have fonts. And then we have Font Awesome. And then we have just all those files of Font Awesome in here. So you do just pick up the whole folder and you drop it in here. Also the license. And then you need to do one more action, and that's in your style sheet. You reference your all file. So you put this part.
Also allows you to promise also to have a link. The link was always.
Oh, you can just only do the link.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Repeat.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
How many calories in a banana?
So Juan says it's even easier. You can also just link to the latest version, and then you don't have it on your own server, but you link directly to Font Awesome server.
Yeah.
So that's also an option.
Yeah, we did that before with the 5.x, but then we had really some performance issues because the site or the download site of Font Awesome was really slow, and sometimes it was even debugging. So we decided to move it on our own servers, because then if the rest of our solution doesn't work well, nobody can work, or otherwise it does always work. So that's why we moved to that. And we also just wanted to make sure, but sometimes they do some really strange breaking changes in 5. They renamed some icons, so then we got the wrong icons everywhere. So then we decided, okay, we're going to put it in the solution. We know it's working on all our environments, and we always have the exact same version. So that's why we moved it into the solution.
The other problem with downloading it directly is they enforce download limits. So if you have a huge number of clients, every time someone starts it, it downloads it, and then you'll hit your download limit.
They didn't have a limit on that before, but they do have it now. Yeah. That's correct. You see it when you log in on the Pro page. You see, okay, you already have so many gigs of your allowed downloads. So that can also be a factor to have it on your own servers. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Good. So that is to get Font Awesome Pro version working. Then the converting of the table and the list forms, because if you're from Smart or Web, you all have to do this. There is a script from Servoy to convert. I think Johan made it, or maybe someone else. But there is a website that explains it a bit, how it works and how you can set it up. So it's you will get this PowerPoint, so you can copy the link.
Yeah. We will make sure that you get the PowerPoint. Yeah.
And then the solution itself is on GitHub. So they made a few forms and a few functions that you can use. And well, this is of course just general, but maybe you have that if you click on the first field of a grid, you go to a certain detail screen or something. You have some personal stuff. So my tip is to make it your personal before you start converting. So it's perfectly for you.
Yeah.
We did that also. Yasin worked on that in our team to make it really perfect, and then we started converting.
Yeah. If you have questions, just ask Yasin.
So we'll give a short demo on how to do that, how it really works. So I have this form timesheets. This is the form. It's a table, a log table form. And I will copy the name. And we have seen it before. It didn't look good. That's also a tip. Don't look at the form before you convert it, because there's something with the memory then. So just start a fresh client. Yes. We just made a button here, so it's easier to access it. So, like you've seen here, we see all the fields and stuff. And now if I enter this here, and I say convert, so this is all available on the link of, I think, Johan. It converts the form. It will show it to you. Doesn't look that good, but it will look good. So I go back here, and I see here now that it's become a grid without me doing anything.
So easy. Yeah. No, this really saves a lot of time. And what Sanneke already told Yassine did create some custom code for us because we have some special links and we have some other details. And you just do this over and over again until you have it perfect, and then you convert a lot of those things at once.
So every field that had an on action on it, it also looks at that, and it will, because fields don't have on actions anymore in the grid, but you have one function on click of the whole grid, and you will just get which field is clicked. So it works a bit different. And then the script will just look for each field and see what on action was connected to it and make it like this. And what we did is we made one general function that we always call default. And in here we have navigation like to our orders, to our invoice, to our contracts, because we have that all over the program. So we don't want to recreate that code. So that's also a tip, to have a parent function. Do we need to tell more about this? I'm thinking.
What do you want to tell?
Oh yeah, there's one more thing we did. Well, mostly Yassine did, is that we made also on sort. This is not default. That goes to a super on sort, and because we really want to start having good sorts. Oh yeah, I will show you. One more thing, I have a title header here and the design is not totally nice, so I move that to a normal header.
Oh, you're doing it really quick. You know, everybody can follow this.
Yeah, but this is not really something people might need to do. But for the demo. Is it coming? Yeah. So if I look at it now, you see, if I have data, that it looks good like a grid again. And the normal columns also start sorting again. But like, what is a calculation? I think this is a calculation. That sort does not really work, you see that. And then we made something that it prints out like this is a calculated field. And then we have to implement ourselves a sort, because we can, of course, let it sort on a different column. So then I would go in here and I would tell, if you come into this field, please sort it on, can I do this from? I think we have a sort field for that called display name. Not totally sure. Because this is a string, it's hard. I could just do it like this. Oh, what did I copy? Not the right thing.
Some live coding in action.
Yeah, it's boring, I know. Oh, I was correct, so I didn't need to do that. Okay. So now I fixed this sort. Should be sorting nice. So that's how you can make it your own. Make that part faster. So here you also see we have a lot of links. And those links, well, they can display nicely. That's not a problem. If I go here and I say this order field, which one was it? This one? Order. This is now HTML. It will display correct. Not refresh, not refresh.
Just taking a while.
Yeah, I think problem is it's sometimes swapping between two tabs, and that's not good. So I really have to close it. This one. data. You see, it looks good, but because this is JavaScript, it will just go to error. So that we have to fix then. That's about moving the tables. Yes. Here you can download a sample we set up where we're going to real work with. So
after a break, we're going to work with this sample. So please download it. We also put the link in the description of the session. So if you go to can copy it from there, you can use the QR code, but then you download it on your phone. So I don't know how handy that is, but it was just a nice gimmick. And then I think it's break time.
Yeah, we have a 15-minute break and then we continue.
We'll be back for more.
Is everyone back?
Everybody still awake? Yes, yeah. Welcome. Well, yeah. Just throw them back. If you're annoyed with it, just throw them back. Welcome. I do hope you had a good first hour. Everybody's still awake. Everybody have some coffee. We're going to build something in TiNG. So I hope everybody could download the solution. No questions about that? Okay, really great. There was a session yesterday from Jan. We do also a lot of drawing and we use a sketch. And what Sanneke showed, we had a nice photo viewer for the selling of the cars. So I did some drawing and said, okay, we're going to make it a lot nicer and a lot cleaner and more interactive. So I drew this as a mock-up, and this is what we're going to build today.
Because there are kind of a lot of things we can touch then. The drag and drop and working with components. Control L, I don't know if everyone knows this function in Servoy.
Really hit
It's
it, but
so
really
good.
powerful.
HTML and CSS. So let's start.
What does Control L do in Servoy?
Yeah, we'll show.
You do know, right? Okay. Well, the Control L might be nicer to let me see in a big solution.
Yeah, then we'll show a really short.
So if you have a really big solution with a lots of forms, you could be a bit confused of how your form was called again. So yeah, how can you get this form in your developer? So you can just click in any element and then you use Control L or Apple L.
Yeah, now also Control L.
It's Control.
Yeah, Control.
And then you
yeah.
go to your developer and it's opened. So you don't have to search for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It really helps because if your team is a little bit bigger or an older solution.
It's back in the thing.
Yeah.
So that's really good. I'll now move to the solution that you all could have in your developers now.
Yeah. Can everybody see the screen? Is the resolution correct? Can you read it? Okay.
So we have this empty form pictures. And we're going to use some nice components. I don't know if everyone has this already or that you might have to go to the package manager to install. Components. The extra components and the advanced renderers. You might have them. If you see them here like this. Oh, that's commonly used. You probably don't have that. So we'll first drop the carousel in top. So this is where we will show a kind of big picture of the item you upload. And then we'll drop a custom list below. That's where we have some navigation through our pictures. And where we also will do our drag and drop to control the order. So put that here. And then we'll take another one, that's the file upload. So we can upload files. And put that here. So something like this. Can everyone follow that a bit, or is it too fast? I think you can put in the grid sizes and stuff.
We're trying to snap it to do it.
Yeah.
Snap to the grid. And in steps of fine. Now drag it with things quite like
Yeah, I didn't try that, but if it doesn't work, make a case for. Yeah. But that's stuff that Johan wants to know.
Where's your
So,
Yeah, where's Johan? Ah.
so make a case.
Sorry, can we get a second?
Oh, you can make
You don't have the packages then.
Can you show
I
the
think they are installed automatically, right? No?
Yeah, yeah.
Access was
They should be installed with the solution.
Yeah. Yeah. Only
but not advanced render.
No? Okay, so the renderers we need.
strange.
The extra. I'm not totally sure about the Bootstrap extra, but take it anyway.
Should be in the solution, I think, and then when you
Yeah.
import the solution.
And then it says you need to.
Yeah.
It does no way to it. Bug.
Ah.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, we removed them, of course.
Yeah.
So that,
Oh. Yeah, because we removed the elements for the demo.
yeah,
Ah. Okay.
so that's the problem.
Question in between.
Yeah.
Any tips to enhance the speed of checking installing titanium servers?
Just a question from the audience. It takes some time to install titanium and the checks. No, I don't think there's a solution.
It
for that.
sometimes takes quite a time.
Yeah, yeah,
And it has to build all the
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but
But we still have one issue out with.
it only does that one time, right?
It should do, but it doesn't.
theoretically,
Yeah,
Theoretically.
theoretically. Now we
each
talked
time
with.
you touch a component, it runs again.
Yeah,
Each time you launch, develop, eventually it does it also again.
not all the time, but
Not all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
eventually.
yeah,
Get it now.
Yeah.
It seems to do it a bit too often.
Yep.
Yeah.
So make cases. We also already complained a bit. So if everyone starts complaining,
Who complained about this? To Servoy.
oh, okay.
yeah,
There are quite a few already.
yeah. René is at the back, so he's keeping
He's
quiet.
hiding.
Yeah,
So everyone has this, and also put up those.
No, takes a long while.
oh yeah, a really long while.
Building.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's too fast to. Then you can just watch. At the end, you will get the working sample. So,
Don't tell it. Don't tell it.
but if you want, you can
Follow
along. All right, because otherwise we won't have anything done in the end. All right, so the file upload I already made because otherwise it was too much. So we just have to connect it to the on-file upload method. Then we have this one. We will make an on-click method. So every time somebody clicks on one of the items, we will fire that. And the on-sort end is also already made because it's kind of a bit of code. So those three, and then this one, and then here we also have on-site clicked. And I think that already exists too. Yeah. So there is a really nice new component called custom list. And it will, you can give it a found set or a data set, and it will render for each item, and you can give it your own HTML, so you can make whatever you want, basically. And that's what we're gonna do.
It's really powerful for a lot of use cases to create your own HTML, style it yourself.
All right. So first we'll go in. Control Shift Z to move to the code. And we'll make a function called, first the one that will give the data. Function set images data. So we want to provide all the data the component needs to show all the images that we have uploaded in our system. So it will work with an array of data. So we'll make an array. And, and we'll go through our found set. Found set get size, get record. And then we'll make an entry. And what we put in here, we'll get in our HTML to make something nice of it. So if you want nice names in your HTML, you give it nice names here. Like we want the ID, we might need that. We want a name. We want the index. And the image, of course, because we're going to show our images. So the ID is just records dot picture ID. The name be the records dot picture name. What did I call it? File name. And then the index is just the index here. So I know I have the same index as the found set if I do something with it. And then the image URL is a bit complicated because we're gonna create a base image, data image, PNG. Am I doing this right? Base 64. Comma. I hope I do this right.
Live coding.
Scopes, camp utils. I made some camp utils and code, and then the image records dot picture media. So, are you controlling that I don't do it?
Yeah. Checking all your code.
All right, so here we give all the information we want to use in the component. Entry. And then, of course, we have to give it to the component. This is the component. I will just call it custom list, and this one just cursor. So I'll say elements, custom list. Still the old name. Say first custom list. What is it? Set entries. And then those are my entries. That's the array. Oh, so I have to push it here, of course. Entries.push. And I'll push the entry. So that's to set my data. If you have simple data, you can also use the, so this is the custom list. You also have a found set list where you can just choose fields. But because I want to do something advanced with a picture, I need to use the custom one where you can control all of it Then we'll start on our renderer. So this is the HTML part where it will make something of it.
Sorry?
Zoom in.
Zoom in. Ah, yeah.
Zoom in.
I thought it was just me.
Yeah, the audience is getting older. It's fine. How do I zoom in? Control plus, I thought, but
Windows,
Windows
key
key plus.
plus.
Oh, yeah.
No,
ma-
not that one. Uh-oh.
No, no, I don't want that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you have to kill it. Yeah.
but should must work.
How do we make the font bigger?
Well, it's command class of the mouth.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
go to preferences.
Oh, preferences.
And then text somewhere.
If it doesn't work, make a case. There is
Some general.
appearance,
Top one, yeah.
expand.
Yeah, but
Basic also.
edit. So we are on 10 now. 16.
Yeah.
18.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's not workable, is it? Oh, what does it say?
That didn't work.
What was that?
You have to
Color
restart the
font.
IDE.
Yeah, really?
Command plus or control plus.
Yeah, it didn't work.
And maybe because there's a screen on. I think I also used it before.
Is it normal for us?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, better. And now the next time I start, I'm like, all right. So then we start on the renderer. Render entry, I called it. I have to be precise because I already refer it in a few of the other functions. So we will get an entry. And we know how the entry looks like because we defined it ourselves. So that's really nice. And then we make a template. And this is just HTML, so you can do whatever you like there. Yeah.
Browse the internet for some nice samples.
Yeah. Probably a lot with style classes. We have some style classes at least. Item. This is gonna take too long, isn't it?
Yeah.
I will have somewhere the code.
Yeah, but also the solution, if the final code, we will supply at the end.
Render entry. This is it. So we just will have a container with a tooltip and then a header just for the style. We'll have an icon to grip it because we want to do drag and drop. And we'll have an icon to delete a picture. And we will show the picture. Oh, now everyone has to type it over. That's a nice. Maybe you can do just this part and then the rest you will get later.
Yeah, paste your code on Discord. Everybody's on Discord.
Ah. You don't have Discord, and you have.
I do have Discord, but
I'll try to do that in the meantime. Yeah.
is everyone on Discord?
Nope.
Do you know how to get on it? What group it is?
ServoyCamp.
That's good to know. I can start my Discord.
Jan started it. If you're nice to me, I'll send you an invite. You share the invite.
Discords. And then we have Servoy. The bar, coding questions, ServoyCamp. You see, it's very serious.
Come on. Oh, no.
There's the code.
Maybe the other function also.
No.
The one we just did, this one?
Yeah.
So maybe you should put the invite code up so everybody who's not on it yet can get
Oh, right, yeah.
up.
Uh.
Post it on your screen now.
I'm even on here, yeah.
Yeah? Oh dear.
But
Live.
that's- For everybody who's not on it, use that link, and then you're in this channel.
Can you make it a bit bigger? Something with Control Plus?
I'll put it in my code. My code is big, so. It's not that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let everybody. Yes.
FPC.
Question.
What's the? You're basically building a light box, no?
Yeah.
Which is the function which is already supplied from Servoy.
Oh, we're using Lightbox also.
Okay. But apart from that, apart from being able to drag and drop the picture, what are the thoughts on doing it
Yeah.
manually?
Yeah, we want to display it in our own way. We want to have a nice delete, and also in another part which we don't show here, we want to favorite things. We want to have the sort order, and we also use scaled pictures, which we do when the user uploads. We normally scale the pictures in 3 formats. So we show the small picture, then the larger picture on top, and when you really click on it, Sanneke can show, then we show the original or downsized one. So that's you have a lot more flexibility in doing those things if you build it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this.
I mean, we are using the Lightbox right now. We had some problems with more than 50 pictures.
Yeah. I don't-
That's fixed though.
I don't know if everybody can follow, but why did we build our own solution for this? Because we want to have a lot more flexibility and a lot of own styling. And also we didn't like some items that were in there, which we'll show shortly. And we also do our own resizing normally. We didn't put this in this demo, but when the user uploads the files, we resize them. Otherwise, they get really slow if you want to show them in the grid or in other places.
All right. So this is nice, the entry, and this is how to set the data. But also important is the function in the on-show. To give this render function to the custom list. And this code is coming from a sample of Servoy itself. I just put it in here, but it does something like making the function ready for the renderer. And you have to set the renderer also, of course, on the component.
Let us in. You have to get us in. Do I? Yeah.
You have to say okay, probably. So that part is also important. I think something will already work now. Oh, I have pictures. I will drop. Let me delete the pictures I have, so we have a clean sample like you have.
Yeah.
Use the nice SQL plugin. I don't know if people know this. You can have a SQL plugin in
maybe
Servoy.
Control Plus also.
Yeah, it's just delete. From pictures, not delete star, it's always star. Run, all the pictures are gone. So I have the same situation as you guys have. The drop window and the other things are not really seen. And then I have some pictures, of course. Good question. Where did I put them? ServoyCamp.
Yeah.
So I have some nice pictures. And I can just drop them in here. This is a nice component of Servoy, and they will be uploaded.
Yeah.
And you see this part between in the bottom is still really big. I wanted to make it nice and styled, but I didn't do any styling yet, so that's did not happen.
Did you upload all the files?
So it's just one file. That's an option. So if you go back to this nice component, there is an option. Multiple files. Multiple file upload. I didn't put it on right. So it will just do like one file. So this code can just be ready for one file, not for multiple. And it will just call that code for each file. So that's quite nice. You don't have to really take care of the multi-files. So I'll try it again. Now I already have one. Or I don't. So we'll drop them again. And now I have a lot of pictures. But this is not really workable. But you already see the rest of the HTML. You see the icons I put in. And this one is also not working because I did not say that it should just look at the found set. So here you can say what is the component working with, and it can just be the form found set. Then you open that, and then you choose the image. And you can also choose a caption, but I don't really like the design yet, so I'll just not use it. And then we have our pictures also up here. And I think, we also have this one. If you click on it, this is the light box. So we have all kinds of components. And I think we can move to the CSS now.
Yeah, we're doing that after the break?
No, we have to do one more thing.
Oh.
The on-click of this one.
Yeah.
So we made an empty on-click method. And I'm going to tell something about the data target.
Yeah.
So in the NG and in the thing, you can give something like a data target. And there you can send some information with. So now we only have one button, but it could be that you have 10 buttons and then you don't know where the user has clicked. So you give it a data target and then you know where he clicked. And in the on-click, you will get the data target. So if we say here, if this data target is the delete button, then we want to delete the record. And here again we get the whole entry, so we know we don't have to send any information because we already have all the information in the entry. So we could say the found set index, set select index should be the index of the entry. So we know we're going to delete the right record. And then I think I have a function for the delete picture. Yeah, and this will just say nicely, do you want to delete? So that's how you can work the data target. I can already show that, but it will be nicer if we have some CSS with it. So here, if I click it, we'll get this yes, and then it will remove it. That's one thing I didn't mention, but in my delete picture, I also have a function that sets the data again, so I'm sure I'm looking at the latest data. All right, move back to the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
We have another short break.
Yeah. I think we can. Yeah, we have And then we'll
I think maybe 10.
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes, otherwise we talk too long.
Yeah, 10 minutes, and then after that we will start making it nice with the CSS.
Yeah, and then show the total solution which you can download also. In Servoy you can use less. It's an extension or a framework around CSS, and with that you can do a lot of nice things. So you don't have to repeat all your CSS code. Have some variables like real coding, and they're always started with an add. And it's.
We can't hear you very well.
Oh, why?
Just closer to the mouth. No?
Closer to the mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you can do a lot of nice things in less. Go to the website. You have some explanation of some really nice features like the nested coding, so you don't have to repeat yourself, and create some nice looking CSS variables. And they always start with the @ so you can use like the main color. You can specify it at one place, and Servoy also supports that. A nice interface, and then use it throughout your application, so you have the same consistent look and feel. And you can use this for colors, but you can use it for spacing and sizes. You can use it for a lot of other things, and you can of course easily import other CSS styles or less styles, like the Bootstrap one. This is the theme. I highly recommend to use it, and you can also extend it, but it's not visibly shown here really nice. So that's one thing we have a request for, so you can really extend it, because we want to have some extra colors or some other sizing, but I'll show this live in a second. And then you have of course all the less code. So here you have the Servoy theme, and I don't know if you can show where it's hidden. You can specify and alter all the defaults, like you see here with the blue color. I've changed that one from the default, and then you can see all the sections, and there are already a lot of in here, and all your overridden ones you can see here. You can see only the ones you changed, and then you can check it and see what the default was and what the changed color was. So that's really handy to see if you're doing a nice consistent CSS. And then you can expand it just by adding entries here. Yes, do you have a question?
Where did you find? Where did you open the visual CSS design?
I always.
That's always a bit.
Yeah.
Forget where it was.
Yeah, I always have trouble finding it, so I always search for main color, and then.
I go off Alt K and then say starless.
Yeah, you can. That's this one.
Starless.
Starless, yeah. Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah, I was hoping you could show the where. I know you can click somewhere and open.
Yeah,
Yeah, just in the media on the file. So in the media you see the files, and then you can just click them. Here,
show it.
or here. This
Yeah.
is another one, and this one. Then it will open also this file. So in the media they are saved, and you can just click on the file.
Then you have the source tab.
Source tab in
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah, I
you can
showed
see
it.
the source.
Yeah.
We did look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's all everywhere. Yeah, that's right. That's right. This one, yeah. Here I already showed it. This is the source one, and if you add it, Johan, if I add some ones.
Is Johan here?
Johan is here.
Yeah.
Everybody's so happy to see you.
yeah.
We
No,
missed you before, that's why.
Now you had 20 feature requests. I made all recorded them. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Most of the things I change are in the first section, the general properties, and then a lot of here in the brand color properties specify all the autoflex colors, and things like that, and really use that one a lot. But you can see you can just specify a simple value, but these ones are also really powerful. Just have your brand primary and then say darken or lighten it. If you want to highlight some things, and in the AG grid also just do it for the selections or the highlights, just do a darken of the color you already have. And then when you change the main color, it just stays consistent. So that's really powerful and handy.
Other question? Yeah.
Is the difference between NG and NG2 less?
Yeah, so if you want to run both, you can have both the style sheets, but the titanium client will pick up the two less style sheets.
Yeah, you can see it. I don't know if you can see it here. It has a little bit of different underscore NG2, and that's the one for TiNG, and I think the other one is just NG.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good question.
Another question?
Yeah.
Speaking of AG grid, I mean, can I define the styles for NG grid in this?
No, not here in the theme editor. And we didn't put it in this demo, but I did a lot of custom styling for the AG grid to look nicer and have a little bit of different spacing, because the default Alpine, I think, theme is really large and big. So I did a lot of different styling just to make it a little bit compact.
You're making notes? Because I mean, I'm migrating
You
from.
a lot with what you are saying, because but that's the modern look and feel, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to have white space. I have also no idea why.
No, I removed a lot of the white space, made it a lot more tighter, because we have a business application and users want to see a lot of data. So yeah. But we can share, and that's a really nice thing when we are here. We want to share a lot of these things where we're coming from. We don't mind sharing. We don't mind sharing some parts of the code, not all of our code, but some parts of our code. So trying to do a little session later on, maybe get together a little bit more often. So learn from you guys and see what you all made, because I think everybody made some really nice samples, some really creative solutions for problems, so we can all learn from that. So
we're all doing the same stuff.
yeah, exactly. Then we have an empty CSS, and I don't know how much time we still have, not that much, so I'll
move a bit quickly.
yeah, a bit quicker. So I'll just copy and paste a lot of stuff, and then I'll try to explain some things we talked about before. Importing, like the default theme, so that's really easy. And then everybody knows this, I think most people. Just simple classes you specify with a dot, and then change all the parameters around it. I'll explain the other ones later on. And here you see the nesting. So we made a catalog gallery, which we're going to show, and also we're going to show the image gallery, but they share a lot of the code. So this is the shared code, also nested. So you have here the base class, and then the list item, and then in there the header and some other nice stuff. But then there were some specifics, so I specified them before this one, so they will get preferences of the rest. So how does it look when I save this and go to your browser and see?
I think you should start it again from Servoy.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, so Pettrie is not a Servoy developer, so he
No.
doesn't know some stuff. But he didn't think we are going to make nice CSS, so he wanted to control that.
Yeah. Really make sure. So you already see a lot of differences.
We didn't put the class on. This is still
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
So we have to go back to a picture, and I think on here we have a class.
Yeah. Like
Do you know the class?
I think it's called that one.
Each gallery.
Yeah.
There is a cheat
Oh,
sheet here.
cheat sheet here. Yeah. I'll just save it, and then
Yeah.
you'll see how it's coming along.
Yeah, there's also another one active on the
Oh, yeah,
selection
yeah.
class.
See why it isn't. Check if it's already on there. Sometimes you need to refresh. Sometimes you need to restart. So it's not on there yet. Let's Restart it again.
Yeah, but also you need the selection graph active.
Where was it?
Yeah, there,
Yeah.
active. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the way we try to put some better CSS. Just the base one, we specify what it is, and then the rest of the elements we try to just say what kind it is. So this is not image gallery active because it's already in the hierarchy like this. So we see if we started, if it's now picking up all the CSS. Yeah, and it already looks a lot different. You see it's, and normally we resize this beforehand, but we wanted to keep the demo a little bit short. So you have a nice gallery here. When you hover over it, you see all the extra information instead of all the information at once. So when you have it like this, it's really nice and clean. We also did a lot of different styling over here because the nice light box has really nice and clean styling, and we also wanted to have the same styling over here, but I don't know if you remember that the arrows and the dots were really different, so it didn't have the same look and feel, and we really find it important in our application. So all the logic has to be the same, but also all the styling has to be the same. So we did some overrides for that, and those are here on top, which I skipped earlier, and this is for the carousel, and to make sure the carousel has the same arrows, so the same look and feel, and we did just an inline image, and that loads really fast if it's our small images like the arrows we had in the gallery. And I just got the arrows out of the light box and added them here, so it really looks the same. And we did the same thing for the dots. So instead of the small squares, these are now like dots, like more like an application on your phone. So it has a nice look and feel, and especially just to emphasize that it has the same look and feel as this one. So that's pretty easy to do, but also makes it a lot more like one solution. We also use for the box, for the styling here, you see we used Flex. Not going to explain everything about Flex, but that's a really newer way of styling. You can use divs and then specify a lot of parameters for that. But Flex styling is a lot more easier to use and has a lot more power. So that's also
Yeah,
really,
because normally a list only goes down, of course, but we want to go
sideways.
rows, so that's why we use Flex.
So it's outbound flex.
yeah, thank you.
I think the sorting we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
We have to enable it still.
Ah,
I thought about.
yeah.
So
the
in
meantime.
here there is a property enable sorting.
Yeah, and dragging.
Drag enabled, I think. Oh. Is it true? Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Is that it?
And I'm not really a server developer, but this really annoys me, just a feature request, because I sometimes want to just look at the parameters and I click wrongly and then the true becomes false. That's really annoying. Just make it a drop down or something like that. Don't. I'm just looking at this.
No, that's not what we have Git. If we make something a
That's
mess,
true.
we have Git.
That's
Don't
true.
make it harder.
I hear. And especially the renderer, sometimes it,
I have to restart.
yeah, you have to restart it, because if you change some things for the renderer, it doesn't pick it up.
So does the drag and drop work now?
Okay.
Yes. So you see, this is a lot nicer as we had, because you see it moving right away. I think you can say that you already see it where it is.
Yeah.
It's one of the properties.
Yeah, that's also really nice.
See, what is it? Is it one of the properties?
Maybe we just show the complete one.
Is this?
We'll have a look.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it already in the new place, so that makes it a lot easier for our clients to see how to put the pictures in the right place.
Yeah, and then you see it reload. So all the different components. When you click on it, it didn't. We didn't add that also. Normally, when you click on this, it goes active.
Yeah.
Here.
You can edit, you know.
Where it was.
On the on-click.
Yeah, on the on-click, and then it was already there.
Yeah, but not the function. Only
Right.
the delete.
Yeah, we did this.
Oh yeah, you can put it there. Yeah. Fix it already.
So I think this should fix it.
Code is already refreshed.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. And it doesn't work, I think, because there is also a property on this thing that you say follow the found set or something. Where is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
You see it?
yeah, two down, three down. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I think that one is needed, and then you probably need to restart.
Why is it not working? Yeah. Oh,
The method is called.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. Otherwise, we're running out of time. Also, we added this nice delete button. Sanneke already showed it, but now we only show it when you hover over it, and that's the last one I wanted to show. It's over here.
Oh, the CSF for the delete.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So when you hover over it, is the colon hover, and then if you put an ampersand in front of it, it is on the same level as the one on top. So the hover is on the list item, and then we check if it's on the drag or the delete, or that's another functionality, the favorite, and then we just display it instead of don't display it. So that's the way we do this. And also what I talked about before, if we want to have the background color a slightly different color as the main color, and we had it on white, and then you see when you hover it, you get a lot of different colors. And you could of course do some extra styling here for the header, make sure it keeps it within the same thing. And we also added a little icon here, drag icon. So you can do a lot of nice things with the styling to make it more user friendly, and I like to just show it as basic as possible and only show a lot of buttons when you really hover over it and see what you can do. Also change the cursor. So a lot of nice touches you can do with the CSS.
We also want in the grids that you only see the buttons when you hover, but we still have a few feature requests.
Yeah.
But then
Custom cell renderer.
in our grids also the delete and the add button will only appear if you hover a row.
Yeah.
So it's cleaner and you can just look at the data if you want to see the data.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell a lot more about the CSS, but we're running a little bit out of time, so you can see it all in the. So we were, what I said before, we were not thinking we could fill 2 hours, but easily. So that was, so we also had some bonus content, but just a conclusion to make sure that we're finishing this presentation. Cleaner and less code, because when we are revisiting all the forms in the grids and all the code, we just also optimized it a little bit and saw that we had some duplicate code. So that's also benefit, but also can be a difficulty because you have some scope creep and create a lot of new other things. And the same especially applies in our solution with the CSS. It was really large, a lot of different people worked on it, so the naming was not consistent, a lot of duplicate code there because somebody thought, we don't have this yet. A lot of strange naming conventions, because normally unless you separate the words with a minus, so we try to use that. And of course the variables, they're really, really powerful, so we don't use it everywhere yet, but for the spacing you can use it, for the colors, for the font size. You can use it for a lot of things to make it consistent in all your forms. Yes, Robert.
You're in luck. You still have 30 minutes.
It's still 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, okay. I thought it was until 12. Okay. Then we can show a little bit more. Sorry. I was so focused on 12 o'clock. Okay. And of course, AG Grid. Then we can maybe show a little bit what we did about the styling for the AG Grid to make it, well, for our case, nicer. Custom renderer. You showed a lot already, but that's really handy to use. Font Awesome. We really want to move to Font Awesome 6. We didn't do that yet. I don't know what the difficulties are with that, or we didn't have time yet.
No, the problem might be that icons might break because they have new names.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, a lot of things like the times, the square, they now call it X something. So we have to change that. And also what we saw now, the client seems a lot faster, especially with the grids. The AG grid is a lot more efficient, and a lot of stuff now happens on the client side. So that helps a lot with the solution. And that's also with the next bullet point. So we have the complete solution where everything is in, all the code is in there, everything is working. You can download it here, and I'll put it onto Discord. So you can download it.
By the way,
Yeah.
how are you not on Font Awesome 6?
Because what we told earlier, we make sure it's on our own server.
Because by default, the core already gives just change code. 6.2.
Yeah, but how do you?
So that's the 9 version then.
That's a free version.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the 2023 9 version, because we are on 6 and that's, I think, on 5 still.
Do you have also
I think if you look here at Font Awesome,
Oh, no, sorry. No. Okay, that maybe I should say. Those have not to do with that thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Those packages, or maybe I will also say that I just might see.
oh, just Font Awesome is just in.
Font Awesome is not by default.
Ah,
I don't know if everybody can follow.
You already, I think if you're using Font Awesome, that you're already on 6.4 something.
Yeah, but we're using the Pro version.
so we have our own files, yeah.
Yeah, and what we talked about before, we want to make sure that the Font Awesome is always available, because we had some problems in the past when the Font Awesome websites were down, or we were at a limit, or other strange things, and then all our buttons were just blue or red.
So you guys don't try to authenticate the token and that kind of stuff. They need configured kind of to get to their.
No, we put the license file. Sanneke showed it, so the rest already in the nose. Johan, just be earlier.
Two things with the Font Awesome. You definitely don't need to install the Servoy package from the package manager.
Yeah, that's for NG, it appears. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And secondly, if you want to move to 6, there are some helper files that will allow you to use the names from
The old
5.
names.
All the old names will still work.
Thank you. That's really handy to know, because we.
Documentation on that, because
Yeah,
files are broken right now.
Google Font Awesome 6 backwards compatible, it
Yeah.
will tell you about the helper files.
So if you want to move from Font Awesome 5 to 6, Steve just is telling, there are some extra packages so you can still use the names that are working in 5 in the 6 version.
Yeah, really handy.
He will put it on Discord.
Yeah, I'll post it there.
Sorry, I didn't press enter, or what?
I don't know.
Actually, Discord's like being blocked on the Wi-Fi.
Was it blocked, or what? It's red here. I don't know why.
If you're using the browser, it's just coming up blocked.
Sorry,
Means it has not been sent. So
it has not been sent.
hover over it. See it.
I'll try it again. Yeah, something like that. I'll try it again.
So I think we have another
Why is it
15
blocked?
minutes. Oh, more.
Sorry?
Sorry, you have been blocked.
Why is that? I'll have.
Too much URLs?
That's strange. Ah, right. Yeah, that's why it's blocking. I also have the long link over here, so maybe it's not. See if that's working. Message.
Maybe you're still not blocked.
You can quit Discord, try to load it again. The message is cloud thingy.
Ah, right.
Oh, the whole channel is now.
Ah. Oh, you're totally blocked. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Now China.
Too bad, too bad.
Everybody just has to run it on their phone, not on the Wi-Fi.
We can make sure that it's.
Oh, you can put it up tomorrow. Or
Yeah, also, but I'll put it into the.
Send it to me, then I can post it because I'm still on admin.
Ah, right, all right. But I'll make sure I did have the ServoyCamp.
Chat.
Yeah. And then added the description.
Maybe if I make Sanneke an admin, it works.
All right, so we have some extra time. We could do two things. One is look at styling of the AG grid
Yeah.
a bit more. And the other thing is make a custom list like we know in the smart client that you have multiple rows and you really make a form that repeats itself. By show of hands, who wants to do the first thing, the AG grid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the second thing, the this one.
Ah. Oh. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Oh. More hands. Ah.
So 15 minutes each.
15 minutes each. Okay, where do we start?
You start?
Okay.
Switch places.
So, how to make a list form like we could before. It's a bit different now. Not gonna make a really nice one because I didn't prepare this, but just the idea. So what you have now is form components, and you can start a new one. It's basically the same as a form, but without scripting. So let's call it components, pictures maybe, because we have that table. Here you can choose. Well, there is UI, so the first one is not the one. And then you have CSS positioning. I've never tried responsive for components, so I'm not going to do it now. So the size here will be really the size of each record in the list. So let's make it a bit like this maybe. And then we can drop our fields. Yeah, maybe like here. So we could pick up the name and maybe the image and maybe even the sort order. Just data. We'll put it nicely here. Nothing wrong with this editor. It's just me. I don't know, it doesn't want to go.
It doesn't want to select. Why? No, it's.
No, it's probably.
Your screen.
If you just touch it, it's good enough. No, just. No.
Why?
Start bottom right.
I'll just select them by.
Yeah, but
I think
the
there's something.
selection. Yeah.
Control A.
Control A, true. Thanks.
Almost.
Keep on the shift? No.
And then it shoots it down.
Normally it's easier. I don't know what happened here. Okay, I'll start again.
It doesn't want to select at all.
It's really strange, right? It doesn't.
almost yet. But
So, I start again. I click first here, so they come up there. It's a trick. Media, file name, sort order. Okay?
yeah.
Ah, so nice. And I can even. Oh.
Now it does work. Yeah.
So let's say we make the image a bit bigger and we put it here, and then the rest can be there. Read. Yeah, there could be a snap to grid, I'm not sure. So we make something like this. It's not very advanced, but and it's not, yeah, something like this. And then we go and make another form, or the first form, because this was a component, of course. So we say we want a picture list. And then we don't do this part. And then in the side we have form component container, and we want a list, so we choose the list one and we drop it. And because there is only one form that will comply to this, we only see that one. So we choose that one. Oh, that's a bit hard. Ah, didn't use that. Again. All right. And now we can make this a bit bigger and this a bit bigger so we can see the whole thing. And this part will be repeating, so we can put it here. Maybe a bit like this. And then let's go to the form. I will just make it the first form because I don't have navigation here. And start the client. And you see it's like a list view, it repeats itself.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's it.
Impromptu
And you
demo.
can make it as advanced as you want, of course. All right, you want to move to the Autoflex again?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
the grids?
If you
One
can
quick
switch.
comment on the list form container. If you're using Servoy prior to 2023-6, it's a paged component, and in 2023-6 it becomes an infinite scroll. I think it's .6.
Yeah, you can still.
Yes. Do we have to repeat? the
So,
question?
what Steve is saying is prior to the version 20.6,
23.6.
it's a page component, and after that it's scrolling. And there is also an option to make it a card view. So where?
It already is.
Yeah, it is a card view. Okay, but now it doesn't really have the size. So if this was a lot more this size, it would also put them next to each other. But yeah, it depends on what you put in it.
If you are on before 2023.6 and it is a page view, it's a very ugly page view.
Oh.
Mess with the CSS.
But nobody needs to go there when they move. So let's not do that. Let's see, Autoflex. Cloud.
Yes.
Cannot find it anymore. Here.
Yeah. We'll switch places again. See if it stop loading. Then we also have to wait for the building again.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. We'll see. We'll see.
It's quite nice today. I think.
Yep.
Don't jinx it.
And now making sure that and you'll open a nice form like what's it called? Orders.
Our orders, yeah.
And TBL, I think something like that. Articles, order, what? Something like this one. Yeah. So this is what Sanneke already showed. This is a converted form with the nice AG grid on it. And then I'll just go to the media.
It's in the core.
In the core.
Maybe your search actually.
Yeah, I'll just do the search. It's so much easier. And you already. This is the wrong one. So this is the correct one, yeah. And on top, we have a lot more information about the Alpine theme, which is the currently the default theme for the AG grid. And then I specified some things in the theme to make it a little bit compact and a little bit different colors. And like here, like the Hoover, which I told you before, I did a little bit of a lighten, 20% of the main color. And we did some hidden stuff. I'll show you that in a minute. And a lot of things just to make the borders disappear, the width and the padding. So that's also one important thing with the rows and columns. And then we had some default HTML just to make sure for things like currency, reverse the flex direction, and make the text go from right to left instead of the other way around. And of course things with links, just add an extra class. I'll show it right now. We just added a class, I think.
First one.
On the, yeah. And then you have the header, the class here, and we say it's a link. So it connects to the AG grid cell link, and we specified some other colors and some text decoration for that. And sometimes you also did, like I think it's in here for the something for the currency. It's also a link. You see here the different style classes just to make sure that every column has a nice look and feel. And we'll see if we can show some things. And then on the orders, you have here the underlines, and you see the headers. I'm still not sure if we want to do it like this, but I made the text size a lot smaller in here, because otherwise all the columns and all the descriptions there are gone. But we did create some really nice, just some nice things over here. We grouped the icons so they stay in the front, and some styling broke here, but you see it's now light because you're in read mode, and you go in edit mode, it changes the highlight like all the buttons do here. So it has the same look and feel, and users know that they can click on it and then they get some extra functionality. And when they're in a read mode, it's just a lighter gray, so they can only view it. And you can see here this is a column with a link on it, and we also have here like in the things like the currency, just some simple styling, but just make sure that you have the correct classes on it, and you can do a lot of stuff. There's also a lot of documentation on AG Grid and a lot of samples which you can use. And what we want to achieve is
The order.
ordering, and we have to have one. Does this already work?
I have to go to edit.
But that also, but I want to have someone with some data in it. It makes it.
I know one
Oh,
with data. It's this one.
this. Aha, all right.
Yeah, this is grab sample data. So.
Yeah. Like you see here, we wanted to not show too many buttons. There are already too many buttons there. And when you go in edit mode, we wanted to show the buttons like this. But we need the custom cell renderer for that. There's a really nice sample on AG Grid, but we didn't get it to work right now. So there's an...
We need a feature for Johan, but probably in a few weeks.
Yeah, will it be there? Because this is the same how most of the clients are working, and especially like Gmail, they only show you the buttons when you hover over stuff, and also the hover over the grid. So I really like that. And then we want to add some buttons here, which also now are the same like the buttons on top. Like the ones on top here, the add and the view and the delete. We want to put those buttons in here as well, so you can this list can become quite long, so you can see the actions directly under your cursor. So that's really nice. And now we did some testing with it. When you hover over, we don't display the image. But this was just some testing. You can do a lot of nice things with the CSS. Like the hover, which I told you before, and like the icons. I can show a little bit about the icons in the settings, and then I think something like this. No, it's the wrong one. Here we have always two same columns, like blocked and archived, and we just overridden some styles here. It's a checkbox, and then you override it and make sure that you specify the font awesome font. It's not font awesome pro font, so it looks like a nice lock. If you, I don't know, if you have some archived, some blocked and some archived items. No blocked items, but some archived items. You always see a nice icon here instead of a checkbox. So we think that is more clear for the user. So that are some things we're doing with the styling in AG Grid to make it more data specific and a lot more compact.
Which option, that's a simple question, which option does remove the shift and the left and the right side, the column?
Yeah.
Which option does it?
Yeah, I think it's always a bit hard to find. So you have grid options, suppress, column filters. I think that's the one.
You can do that with the configuration object from the start.
Okay.
For all your forms.
Yeah.
Because it's if I click to other forms.
Yeah. You don't want to do that. Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, if I get paid by time.
That's true.
Tool panel config would remove everything on the right. That's one panel.
The one?
Tool panel config. It's 300 events.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
To
Click there and you can add it. Then you can
suppress everything.
Yeah. Oh, right. Really nice.
But I think you did it by style now.
Yeah.
Because he wants to do it for some users.
Yeah.
It should be there, and for some it shouldn't. But
Yeah, I think we're going. That's the goal to first show as basic as possible, so don't confuse the users, and then the power users get the option to show it. Yeah, and to make some custom sorting and some nice grouping and things like that. Yeah.
Can you let us have that section of your style sheet with all the
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll put it in either Discord or somewhere else. I think the Discord is maybe going to work later on. Yeah. Going to put all the AG grid styling which we created in the Discord. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
I think it's good you found a way to reduce white space, because one thing I find with my system is that it always run out of space, and then these quite big chunky margins by default.
Yeah.
Really, really annoying, and I haven't been able to get rid of them. I used them to have done it.
That's true. Well, it was a little bit of fiddling with the correct CSS classes, which I said I do like that there's a lot of documentation in from the AG grid, not especially for this, but for styling they do show some really nice samples, and they have these online tools you can fiddle around with, and then was just I don't know where it is exactly right now, but I did some styling things, I did some removing of some padding, I did some changes in the flexbox way they handle things. So a lot of small tweaks just to make sure that it's more compact, you can show more data, things like that. Yeah, you're totally right. So I'll share all this, that's no problem. It's, and things like this, like the padding left and right in the header, because I do think especially the header is way too big and we want to have descriptive column names and they totally get lost, so that's really annoying. So a lot of nice things in there. So I think we've shown everything we wanted.
Yeah, if there are other questions,
No?
all the questions are asked.
If you have other questions, please ask the rest of the team, Gerard or Yassine. They also, especially Yassine, did a lot of work with the converting to TiNG, or Sanneke did most of the work. So thank you all for your attention, and thank you.
Have a good lunch.
Yes, especially, yeah.